If I told you these ordinary stones and clay
Could sell for hundreds of millions with simple processing, would you believe me?
well, I'm not exaggerating, and it's not some magic trick. What we're covering today is a 1,000-year-old Chinese craft.
如此。
In 2017, a northern Songru kiln piece sold for 294 million Hong Kong dollars, breaking the world auction record for Chinese porcelain in 23 at Christie's, New York. Someone paid 50,000 Hong Kong dollars for two Ru kiln fragments, just these two pieces. So I can't help wondering, they're all porcelain. Why is this one worth so much? Is someone deliberately hyping it up? Or does it really have something special? Our old friend Ashu, for their 8th anniversary, inspired by this azure color, created Chengfeng's azure sacred jade skin. So we hit it off right away. We decided to head to Ruzhou, Henan, to where these masterpieces were born, to show you what collectors worldwide are really paying for and how modern Rho porcelain craftsmen are doing today.
So I want to ask, don't know if you've worked with other porcelain, what's the difference between Ru and other ceramics?
Other porcelain focuses mainly on white, but ours focuses on azure. The main thing is this glazing process, this tempting color. You two are different, they're all failures. We want to restore his work.
This is Master Zhu, a craftsman we found in Ruzhou. 4 generations of his family have worked in porcelain firing. According to him, collectors buying Ru are essentially paying for this sky blue color. This color is honestly a very mysterious thing. Legend says it came from Emperor Huizong's dream, a dream filled with sky, blue after rain. This artist trapped in an emperor's body used his aesthetic sense to establish standards for Ru. Not exactly strict, but very unique. Ash body, like no decorative piling, no painted designs, just color and flowing curves to judge its quality. So even though Ruzhou had rich clay and agate ore, these unique materials just gave craftsmen back then more chances to experiment. Soil weathering levels or layer age mining depth, any tiny variable could completely change the glaze color. And each firing burned tons of wood. Only when everything aligned perfectly could they create pieces like this, smooth with colors that shift in light. This was imperial privilege, top-tier aesthetics only Song Huizong could achieve, basically following his preferences. But Northern Songru, where treasures like these, less than 100 exist today. Most have been lost overseas. So if you visit the British Museum, you'll see them quietly displayed. In Gallery 95's main bit, these 1,000-year-old azure hues might not return to China for a very long time to meet Chinese visitors again. If the craft of Ru glaze is truly lost, then we've got a problem. Search online right now. You can buy Ru porcelain for hundreds. So what's the deal with those? Where do their glazes come from? To answer this question, we need to talk about Ru, where's other craftsmen, and their story of sweat and dedication. March 1957, under Premier Zhou's directive to restore Ru porcelain production, they established Guoying Porcelain Factory and set up a research team trying to revive Tianjin's glaze color lost for 1,000 years. Back then, fine porcelain didn't just sell for high prices. It could even be traded for cutting-edge tech from Germany and Japan, including Master Zhu. Many of today's Ru porcelain masters were key workers at Guoying Factory back then.
On hiking into Jishi Mountain to find the minerals for Ru porcelain. The revival of Tianjin glaze was truly remarkable. The old masters put their hearts into it.
10 years is too long. How many years has it been passed down to now, right?
Your recipe's all lost now. So we rely on old craftsmen through thousands of attempts
To crack the porcelain formula.
Back then, the tech wasn't like today's equipment. Back then, there was nothing, one speck of debris in the kiln, just one speck complete waste.
Extremely difficult.
Masters spent decades working, bringing Tianjin colors from museums only into people's daily lives. But now these old porcelain craftsmen, they're mostly getting old, so can't handle intensive production work. So they've basically passed this craft to their apprentices and kids, keeping simple joys for himself.
Is this a cannonball? Yeah, already.
Teacher Zhu's regular work can't satisfy him anymore. You should imagine I never thought I'd see porcelain cannonballs at a porcelain studio. But Teacher Zhu actually made porcelain cannonballs. This is passion hobby work, right?
Actually, he puts this on his desk or behind.
Indeed, yeah, this needs, like in the future, this still needs carve some words.
Carve some words, right? Sure.
Look, if I carve a movie storm here.
That works.
So when Master Zhu guided Blue Horizons artists to officially use Celadon Sky Blue glaze as created in, they quickly found a new creative goal: to recreate the Celadon props from the costume change, turning them from digital files into something you can actually touch, see, and even hear as real objects. Though humans learned pottery making back in the Neolithic era, you can tell that I really wasn't familiar with this in 2025. The clay just wouldn't listen to me at all. But in Master Zhu's hands, it's like it came alive, growing so naturally.
So how do you get it off?
Some you pinch, some you use it. This one you can pinch. Just pinch it, fix the bottom a bit, and the rim's done, the rim shape's there.
This must be how Noah made humans.
Master Zhu told me, to make decent porcelain takes at least 3 years. I thought he was just hyping it up, but it's really not like that. Even in our modern industrial age, making porcelain hasn't really gotten much easier. Like strong winds in the mountains can destroy the chimney fire. Temperature drops and ruins the whole kiln. To improve success rates, you gotta master flame control. Reduction and oxidation flames are the two most common firing modes. When there's not enough oxygen and fuel burns incompletely, flames turn murky orange-yellow. That creates a reduction atmosphere. Carbon monoxide steals oxygen from metal oxides, reducing them, creating gray, blue, or other pale tones. That's how Celadon glaze gets its color. But for porcelain like femoros or enamel, you need complete oxidation flames. Keeps metal oxides high valent in the glaze, so it shows bright, saturated colors. That's the difference.
Porcelain factories fire it once, glaze 3 times. Back then it was all experience, purely by experience, checking what smells coming from the kiln. Whether we could hit that reduction smell. After firing, I check if the flame patterns worked. It's all about reading the fire and flames.
Once the flame warm upends, the cracking phase begins, and that's the real grand show. Tap! What? Light it!
Acid on slag. Fire E for enemy. We'll be right back.
Say you.
This one out first.
YOLO Television Series Exclusive.
This isn't sound effects we added later. We heard this exact sound on location, completely authentic. It's really amazing. It's a physical phenomenon called crazing the ceramic body in glaze. During the cooling process, due to different contraction rates, they compress against each other, creating tiny surface cracks that make these crisp wind chime sounds. Master Zhu told us most of the crackling happens within 1 to 2 hours after opening the kiln, then gradually stabilizes. But that doesn't mean it stops. It might be 10 years, 100, or even 1,000 years later, you'll still hear it make sounds just like this. It's just that by then, whoever hears it might look completely different, like the winds of Ruzhou dried countless batches of and slowly turned that young man in the photo into his twilight years.
The eldest son.
Never asked for anything.
wasn't like now. Challenging back then, eating the canteen was all steamed meat, bowl of millet porridge. Vegetables were just radish and cabbage.
No proper dining tables. All shared dishes. Find your own spot. Sometimes folks gather together, chin-chatting and laughing, really happy. After work, come to my place for drinks. Back then, making 4 dishes was amazing.
Now with modern tech, teams can analyze the exact elements in sky blue glaze, but the stones and clay craftsmen put in kilns 1,000 years ago can't be dug up again by 21st century shovels. Nothing to regret about that. Becoming treasures just rare luck. Living daily life's the real happiness. Finally, huge thanks to Azur Lane for joining us in exploring Ruzhou's past life. As a long-running, carefully crafted game, it's reached its 8th anniversary this year. Every experience in the port is everyone's precious happy memory, just like Ruzhou's 1,000-year memories. Through wind and rain, still a dazzling cultural treasure in medieval aesthetics. Thanks again to Azur Lane for supporting this episode. On May 29th, the game launches Chengfeng's Fei Ruxi collab outfit. Just log in and join the event to get it. Let's feel Fei Ruxi's Tianqing Jade and Ice Melting Sea in another dimension. That's all for today's episode. If you liked it, please like, comment, and share. It really helps us out. See you next time.